Welcome to the Real Life Weight Loss Podcast, where we cut through the confusion and get down to the truth about what really works for real people when it comes to losing weight, having incredible health, and a body that you love. We believe that losing weight is really about gaining life, doing things you never thought you could, having renewed confidence, and enjoying your body more than ever. I'm your host, Corey Little. Now let's get to it. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is episode number 298, and today I'm going to explain how to lose weight even when you're not motivated, even when you feel totally unmotivated, and you may be like, Corey, I don't even think that's possible, man. Like that's the whole point. I struggle to lose weight because I lose my motivation, and like if I could just figure out how to stay motivated, then I could lose weight. Not the case. There's actually a little secret, a little trick. I shouldn't call it a trick. It's a shift. It's a mindset shift that I help people and coach people through and help them to make in my Inner Circle coaching group. And I actually discussed it on a previous episode, but we're going to dig into it again today. As I mentioned, maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, throughout this summer, what I want to do is kind of a combination of brand new episodes where I'm doing some new teaching or a new concept, but I also want to kind of bring back some older episodes, some episodes that I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want anyone to miss this. And so what I've done is I've collected a few episodes myself. I've gone into my Inner Circle coaching group and asked all of those amazing people, like, hey, what were some of the episodes that were the most powerful and the most helpful for you? And oh my gosh, those amazing people gave such tremendous feedback. And so today is going to be a replay of an episode that was originally released back in 2022. Aubrey is the one that suggested this. Aubrey, thank you so much. I really appreciate your suggestion. And you may get to hear from Aubrey sometime in the future because she's amazing and she's killing it in the Inner Circle group. Aubrey doesn't know that. So if she's listening to this, she may be like, uh-oh, what's going on? So surprise, Aubrey. Anyways, this episode was originally released back in 2022. It's all about moving from force to choice. It's all about choosing instead of forcing. Now, right here, you may be like, Corey, wait a minute. I thought this episode was about how to lose weight when I'm not motivated. It is. So please hang with me. See, like this whole concept of choosing instead of forcing, it may sound weird for a weight loss podcast, but I'm telling you, it is massive. It can literally revolutionize not only how you think about losing weight, but also how easy and fun the process feels to you. Because if we're really honest, like for most of us, for most people, losing weight is not fun, is it? It's something we feel like we have to do. It's a source of stress and overwhelm. And sadly, for many of us, it's just a reminder of failure, of how many times we've tried and failed. And so, I mean, who wants to do that, right? If you've struggled and failed, who wants to, let me go into that again. Let me go into stress and overwhelm and remind myself of how bad I've been a failure in this area. Nobody wants to do that. And this is why we often wait until we feel motivated again before starting another diet. We think we need motivation to be successful, but the only reason we feel this way is because we're forcing it. Once we make the shift to choosing instead of forcing, we no longer need that flighty, here today, gone tomorrow feeling of motivation because we're doing what we want to do. We're choosing things in our daily life that lead to weight loss instead of forcing some miserable diet or exercise program. And once you do this, once you make this shift, once you get this concept, oh my gosh, it is a beautiful place to be. It's an absolute game changer. So you're going to learn all about that in this episode. But before we run that episode, I just want to remind all of you that I have a free gift for you. We are right at 1 million downloads for this little podcast that has had 0 paid promotion, and it's all because of you. So from the bottom of my heart, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to rate and review this podcast. If you haven't done that, I would be honored if you did. Thank you for sharing various episodes with friends or family members. Thank you for all the times you send me a message about an episode that was helpful or how much it meant to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This podcast is as successful as it is all because of you. And because of that, I want to give you something for free. I want to give you 2 lessons, totally free, 2 free lessons from my Live Life, Lose Fat program. This is what we use inside my Inner Circle coaching group. It's the step-by-step process that I use to take people from feeling discouraged and no confidence and really uncomfortable in their own skin and feeling like a failure in the world of weight loss, from that to feeling confident, peaceful, and happy in their skin, and having less stress around food and actually losing weight and improving their health in ways that maybe they never thought they could. So if you want these 2 free lessons, go to CoreyLittleCoaching.com/free. You can also just scroll down to the show notes of this episode, and you'll find that link there. That's probably what's easiest. And here's the thing. A lot of times at the end of the episode, I remind you, like, hey, just go to CoreyLittleCoaching.com/free to get those free lessons. There will not be a reminder at the end of this episode. So if you want these free lessons, either make yourself a note right now on your phone or on your planner, or maybe just pause this episode for about 30 seconds, scroll down, and snag those free lessons. We'll send you an email so you can access those, okay? Okay, now, without further ado, let's roll the episode on how to lose weight even if you're not motivated, and honestly, just how to make losing weight easier and so much more fun. Hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I know we're in the middle of kind of a little mini series on supplements and what supplements are worth taking and do they work and are they worth the money and what supplements are worth it for me to take and all that good stuff. But we're going to take a little break. We're going to take a little tangent because I went on a little tangent today and I thought it would be something that was really kind of helpful for you. We all need to be inspired and motivated from time to time, right? Like you've heard me talk about this on the podcast multiple times. If you listen to the podcast consistently, you know, motivation is a feeling. We can't bank on motivation to drive us to our goal, but it still helps every now and then just to see something or someone or hear something that motivates us and that inspires us and that raises our spirits. And that's exactly what I want to offer today. A lady posted inside my Inner Circle coaching group, and her results are amazing. But when I responded to her post with her sharing her results, something that I responded with, I thought, wow, I really want to expound on this and share more of this on the podcast because I think it could be really helpful. So here we go. Here's what she said. I'm going to tell you what she said. I'm going to tell you my response, and then we're going to bring it all together, and I'm going to share 3 specific ways that I believe you can make weight loss easier. 3 ways to make losing weight easier and just so much more fun. Doesn't that sound amazing? Okay, so here we go. She shared and said, last September, I was miserable and at my highest weight of 225 pounds. Today, I weigh 178 pounds and I'm at peace. That's so amazing. So this incredible lady, and I'm not sharing her name because I haven't asked. She's actually been on the podcast before, but I didn't ask if I could share this information. So for now, she will be nameless. This amazing lady has lost 47 pounds, and she's totally changed her life in spite of some serious life stress and some really big-time obstacles. But what's maybe even more impressive, she recently had a couple of scans done that determine your body composition, and over the course of a few months, she lost 19 pounds of pure body fat and almost gained a pound of muscle mass during that time frame. See, guys, sometimes when you lose weight, you don't know what you're losing. And if you don't do things right, you may lose just as much or more muscle mass as you lose fat mass. And this scan just confirmed that she was doing things right. She lost 19 pounds of body fat. Go pick up a 20-pound dumbbell. That's how much body fat this woman lost. It's incredible. And while she did that, she gained almost a pound of muscle. Unbelievable. So she wrapped up her post. She said, this was my response. This is my response to her post. She had some more information, but it's really not relevant right now. So I responded and I said this: thank you so much for sharing. You get 100% of the credit for 100% of your results. You choose your attitude. You choose your foods. You choose to exercise. You have chosen these results day by day. And that's one of the big things. Anytime anyone in my group has incredible success, anytime any of my coaching clients have incredible success, they always try to go, oh, Corey, thank you so much. No. You get all of the credit. I'm just a tour guide. I'm just guiding you and encouraging you and taking you along the way and trying to teach you. I'm like a tour guide and a teacher and a coach kind of all wrapped up into one. But if you get amazing results, you get the credit for it because I didn't come to your house and fix your meals. I didn't walk around and slap your hand when you reach for the brownies or the candy. No. So I give her incredible credit for her incredible results. You chose your attitude. You chose your food. You chose to exercise. You have chosen these results day by day. One of the really big things that I discuss in the private coaching group is this idea of choosing versus forcing. Now, we get into it really deep, but I want to just kind of go over a little bit of it today. See, so many people, whether they realize it or not, they try to force weight loss. And we know how that goes, right? It just rarely works. And if we're really honest, it's not fun, is it? I mean, trying to force something, trying to force anything is just miserable. But on the other hand, there's something much better. It's called choosing. When we try to force something, here's what we need to realize. We're not necessarily in control. It's almost like we're a slave to whatever that thing is that we're going after. We're forcing things in search of freedom. And I think we miss that. We're forcing things. We're forcing something. We're trying to force weight loss because we believe that losing weight will free us of whatever. It will free us of not feeling good about ourselves. It will free us of health problems. It will free us of low confidence. It will free us of, whatever. It's so many things. Unhappiness. So we're trying to force it because we want freedom. But when we choose, that's totally different. We have just put ourselves back in the driver's seat. We're no longer a slave. Wait a minute, Corey. I'm a slave to all these things with weight loss. That's why I want to, or all these things because I'm overweight. That's why I want to lose weight, because I no longer want to be a slave. Here's what I'm telling you, my friend. If you shift your mindset and you stop trying to force it and you begin choosing, then immediately you begin to have freedom. You're no longer a slave. You're taking responsibility. When we do this, we're no longer a slave or a victim, and we're no longer forcing ourselves to do some terrible diet or miserable workout. No. Instead, we are actively making choices that benefit us. We are choosing the body that you want, choosing the health that you want, choosing the life that you want. You are choosing your results. The problem is that losing weight is not a one and done decision. It's not like buying a car. Okay, which car do I want? Let me research. Let me figure this out. Okay, I'm finished. I bought my car. That's it. It's not like buying a car. It's not like choosing where to go on vacation. Those are like, if you think about it, you possibly weigh the pros and cons and then you make the decision. Like it's one, it's done, that's it. That's not how weight loss is. See, here's the thing. When it comes to your car or your vacation, or when it comes to your body, please don't miss this. Please turn up the volume. When it comes to your body, you can have whatever you want, but you must choose it. And here's the kicker. You must choose it again and again, day after day, week after week after week, month after month after month. And here's the thing. If you do that, there's basically no way you can't succeed. There's no way you will not get results. Because each day you're choosing. You're casting a vote for the future you. You're casting a vote for the future that you want, for the body that you want. One of the simplest things you can do each and every day is just go, wait a minute, okay, today, what am I going to cast the vote for? Am I going to cast the vote for the same old? Just me being 30 pounds overweight and not having much energy and kind of feeling like crap? Or 50 pounds or 70 pounds or 15 pounds, whatever. Am I going to cast a vote for the same old me? Or am I going to cast a vote today for a different me? Am I going to cast a vote today for the future that I say I really want? Because that's what you're doing each day. And here's the thing. You may think it's impossible. You may think it doesn't exist. That version of you that's 30 pounds lighter and not diabetic, that's 20 pounds lighter, and that feels really great and has wonderful energy, that's 70 pounds lighter and feels super confident. You may think that version of you doesn't exist, but that's bullcrap. It's out there. That version of you is out there. It's just as much a possibility as anything else. My friend, you just have to go get it. Not believing Not believing that that version of you exists is like not believing that Disneyland exists just because you're not there and you can't see it right now. It's like what? That's crazy, right? Just because you're not there, just because you're not at Disneyland, doesn't mean that Disneyland, poof, doesn't exist. Just because you are not there where you want to be with your body doesn't mean that it can exist. Just because you haven't achieved it doesn't mean that you can't achieve it. Look, here's the thing. Let's run with this Disneyland, okay? If you want to go to Disneyland, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, whatever. I just picked some vacation spot. If you want to go to Disneyland, it's not easy. Let's be real. It's not easy. There are a series of things you must do, a lot of decisions you must make, sacrifices that you must make, and you'll probably really enjoy it overall. But the whole process, if we get really honest, will not necessarily be fun. Not every single part. There will be parts that you don't like. You probably won't like how much money it costs. Possibly the weather. You can't control the weather. You may get there and it may be scorching hot, or it may be raining every day. Who knows? You might get tired of walking around all day and you're like, yeah, I really want to see the park. Yeah, I want to go to do all these different rides, but good grief. My feet are killing me. I'm burning up. I'm so hot. I'm just tired of walking. There are other parts you might not like. There's maybe certain attractions that are closed, and you're like, I came down here for this, and it's not even open the 2 days I'm here, or the last 2 days when I could go see it. The list goes on and on and on. Here's what you need to understand. This trip to Disneyland will not be some sort of perfect bliss. It is a real experience that you, at one point, felt was worth it, so you plotted, you planned, and you went after it, and you did it, and you took all the good, and you took all the bad that came with it, because you wanted to go to Disneyland, or you wanted to take your kids to Disneyland, or whatever. It was worth it, so you plotted, planned, and you went after it, and you did it. Losing weight is just like going to Disneyland. That's something you never thought you'd hear, right? This guy has lost his mind. Losing weight is nothing like going to Disneyland. Mickey Mouse will not help me lose weight. My friends, losing weight is the exact same. If you want to lose weight, just like if you want to go to Disneyland, it's not easy. It's not an easy process. There are a series of things that you must do and things that you must learn along the way. There are a lot of decisions that you must make and sacrifices that you must be willing to make. And here's the thing, you'll definitely enjoy it overall. Losing weight's incredible, and it will change your life. But the whole process, just like with Disneyland, the whole process will not necessarily be fun. There will be parts that you don't like. It might cost you some money. You may join a weight loss program. You may join a gym. You may hire a trainer. You may join my program. You may do something else, whatever. There's a good chance it'll cost you some money, maybe just buying a diet book. You might also feel like you're fighting an uphill battle at times. You might get tired of certain foods or exercising until you learn other options. Your results, they may not come the way you like or at the pace that you expect. Your body may kind of stagnate from time to time and you plateau and you're like, what's going on? Why am I even doing this? I know I've lost 13 pounds, but I haven't lost anything in 2 weeks and I'm starting to get frustrated. And you may or you may not get much support from your family and friends. The list goes on and on. But here's the thing, make no mistake, it will not be some sort of perfect bliss, just like the trip to Disneyland. It never is. It never is perfect bliss, guys. The problem is we think it should be, or we think that it has to be. And if it's not, well, then we're not doing it right, or we're just not going to get results. Imagine going to Disneyland and thinking that you are supposed to enjoy every single ounce of it. The 10-hour drive or the 3-hour flight. You're supposed to enjoy the heat and all of the walking. No, there's going to be parts you don't like, right? And it's the exact same with weight loss, guys. There's parts you don't like. There's parts where you mess up. But as long as we believe that it's supposed to be something that it's not, then it screws us up big time. We think it has to be this perfect experience, and that's just not true. Like anything in life, losing weight, improving your health, and changing your life is a real experience, complete with everything that comes from real life, everything that comes from a real, true experience. Excitement, discouragement, unexpected obstacles, but then having breakthroughs and successes, and then stumbling and kind of falling down. But then there's a lot of positivity and motivation, and there's the stagnation and doubting and questioning, and then ultimately choosing, there's that word, choosing to take the next step. Because losing weight, achieving that future you that you say you want, it's what you truly want for yourself and for your family. And that's why, in spite of all the ups and downs and the in-betweens, you choose. You don't force, but you choose to take the next step. And here's the thing. I can absolutely 100% promise when it's all said and done, you will feel that it was worth it. Because you can't just get excited and choose once. Just like a trip to Disneyland, it doesn't magically happen. When you decide to lose weight, you must plot, plan, and continually choose it day after day. And some days will be fun and they'll seem easy and you will feel like you could conquer the world. There's no way I'm not going to lose this weight because I am freaking on fire. And then maybe the very next day, or maybe a week later, it won't be nearly as much fun. And you'll feel like things are crumbling and things will start to seem really hard. And you'll feel like such a freaking failure. And you'll wonder if you'll ever get there, whatever there is for you. But, here's the thing. If you try to force someone to go to Disneyland, they will probably be miserable. Regardless of how great it could be or it might seem to you, the trip will not be fun for them because they're a slave to what you're forcing them to do, what you're trying to force them to do. Maybe it's time for you to stop enslaving yourself. Maybe it's time to stop being a slave to weight loss results and make the switch to choosing the life and the body that you want. Hopefully you can see the incredibly powerful difference between forcing and choosing. It may seem silly and it may seem like semantics. You may be like, all right, Corey, this is a little out there, but I promise you it's real. And I can always see it when someone kind of clicks over because suddenly it's like their entire attitude and energy is just, it's lighter and it's freer. They're not pressured or stressed. Instead, they're just excited and curious. And they're like, oh yeah, I lost 2 more pounds. But I was just thinking about, man, how much better I feel. And, I was wondering like about this new recipe for dinner, like, would this fit what I'm trying to do? And they're just more excited and curious and into the process. They're not worried about results. They're more interested in the pursuit. And guess what? Don't tell anybody. But the pursuit, the process, that's actually what brings results. It's like the great trick that the bully in our brain plays on us. Force the weight loss results. Get them to try to force it. They'll be miserable and they'll quit every time. Because forcing things makes you a slave and it makes you miserable. God, if they ever see the light and they just fall in love with the process and the pursuit and they start choosing this stuff, oh crap. They're going to succeed then. So here's the thing. How can you make losing weight easier and so much more fun? I told you at the beginning of this episode I was going to give you 3 specific things, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Here we go. I'm boiling it down. Number 1, realize that your success does exist. Even if you can't see it right now, just like Disneyland, unless you're at Disneyland while you're listening to this podcast. If you are, that would be really cool. Please send me a message and say, Corey, it's so crazy. I was walking through Disneyland listening to this podcast. Okay. Number 1, your success does exist, even if you can't see it. Just like Disneyland exists, it's out there. Even if you're not there right now, even if you can't see it, it still exists. And this is why I always tell you guys and gals, you can borrow my belief, even if you don't believe in yourself, because not believing in yourself, it's just believing that your success does not exist. versus believing that your success does exist. So borrow my belief. I know you can freaking do it because I see people do it all the time. Like the lady who went from 225 to 178 and feels amazing and dropped 19 pounds of fat the past few months. You can do this. Your success does exist. That's number one. Number two, losing weight is a real experience with all of the different emotions that come with real life, because you don't lose weight in a vacuum. You lose weight as part of the real life that you're living, hence the title of this podcast, Real Life Weight Loss. And here's the thing, if you feel that it's worth it, then you'll plot, plan, and make daily decisions to pursue it. So number two is that you realize that losing weight is a real thing that has to work its way into your real life, and you must plot, plan, and make daily decisions to pursue it. And then number three, the final thing that will make losing weight so much easier and so much more fun. And I never said losing weight was easy. I said earlier in this podcast, it's not easy. All parts of it aren't easy, but we need to make it as easy as possible. And that's what I'm trying to explain here. And we need to make it as fun as possible. So next up, number three, the last take-home point. Set yourself free to enjoy the process by choosing instead of forcing. Choose to pursue your goals, not because your happiness depends on getting results, because, my friends, that's not choosing, that's forcing. Choose. Don't force. Daily. Choose the body you want. Choose the health you want. Choose the life that you want. Because it's out there. It exists, just like Disneyland, and you can have it. Okay. I hope this has been inspiring and maybe even a little eye-opening, and I hope you'll really think about what I shared. I hope you'll rewind and listen to those three things again, maybe even write them down, and I hope it will begin to change the way you think about losing weight. I also hope that you might do me a favor. I'll even give you a choice. Number one, would you possibly send this episode to someone that you know who might need to hear it or would find it helpful? I'm sure they would appreciate it. I certainly would appreciate it. Or number two, would you take 2 minutes to rate and review this podcast? That would also make my day. Both of those are ways that you can certainly support the podcast. Last, but definitely not least, until next time, please do not forget that you are so much more than a number. So don't be obsessed with the results, because that just leads you into forcing. You're so much more than a number, so don't let the scales dictate your emotions or dominate your headspace. You're so much more than that. And you can do whatever you want with your body. You can lose weight. Losing weight's amazing. But losing weight is really all about gaining life. And that's what happens when you fall in love with the process and the pursuit. Losing weight's really about gaining life and living the life that you've always wanted to live. And it may happen 15 pounds from now, or it may happen 60 or 70 or 80 pounds from now. But you can do it. I believe in you 100%. So like I just said earlier, if you don't believe in yourself, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up for that. Your success does exist out there. I believe in you. You can borrow my belief. Keep coming back. Keep listening. I'll keep working on you. We will get you there. Thank you for your time today, my friends. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.